What's going on, everybody? Massive moment for the channel, as this is a review of a Hall of Fame resume for the Goon series Hall of Fame, and this will be our first inductee. Of course, y'all know who it is. It's the one that honestly got the series going. Like, he got it started. Technically, there were some videos that came before him, like Spectre, but the Goon series didn't start yet. Goon series basically started with Dr. Doom. So, after so many moments gone through, after so many videos, after all the likes y'all have hit, we have finally decided to give him his proper due and go over his Hall of Fame induction. Now, in this video, you're going to see basically, I went through all the files on Dr. Doom I had on me, and essentially the ones I found to be just too funny not to talk about, I kept them. And so we're going to review, I don't even know how many I kept. We're just going to review a bunch of the greatest Dr. Doom moments ever that makes him so worthy of the first ballot Hall of Fame. If you guys are a fan of Dr. Doom or videos like this in the Goon series, help me out by smashing the like button. Let's try to hit like 500 or 600 likes. That would be amazing. But yeah, it really helps my channel grow, and it helps the Goon series stay alive. But anyways, this is a review of the Hall of Fame career for a Goon named Dr. Doom from Marvel Comics. I hope you guys enjoy, and without further ado, let's begin. Now, first moment to talk about in W's in the live chat, because we're getting shit off with some wicked moments. This is a beautiful way to start the moment countdown, right? Because this is a body bag from Dr. Doom. Now, this one's special, not because it was a crazy important character, just because it was such a savage moment from Doom. So basically, he was doing something. In this particular activity, Dr. Doom didn't look great at, right? So this court jester named Saru laughed at him, like made fun of him. And Doom was like, oh, you think that shit's funny? So he was like, all right, come here, my boy. He's like, go ahead and do this for me. I want you to do what I just did. And Saru was like, what? He's like, nah, do what I did. Let's see you do it. Now, keep in mind, Dr. Doom was fully aware that this activity would kill Saru if Saru attempted it. Nevertheless, he forced Saru to try it, and yep, fried his bitch ass alive, and it put Saru on a t-shirt. And Namor tried to check Dr. Doom on it. He's like, bro, you knew that would kill him. Like, why would you do that? He's like, fuck him, dog. Like, he tried to make fun of me. That's what happens, big dog. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I was like, damn, what a savage moment from Dr. Doom. This next moment is personally one of my favorites from Doom because, oh, well, actually, that's not fair. I have about 70,000 favorite Doom moments. But getting back to this shit was crazy because this is how you style on your ops for real, right? So there was a point in time when Mr. Fantastic, his daughter, all of them, they're trying to get away from Mad Celestials. They're at war with Mad Celestials, and they're like, yo, what can we do? Like, we need to get out of here, but they're pulling up. And Dr. Doom's like, yo, relax, my boy. I'll handle this shit myself. And Mr. Fantastic's like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, how much do y'all need? Like, how much time do y'all need? And they told him, and he was like, all right, bet, bitch. Walks out there, stares down the Mad Celestials. Keep in mind, regular Celestials, like, casually can upheave the multiverse, all that shit. And he was like, yo, which one of you bitches want to get it first? And literally scrapped the Celestials by himself just to buy Mr. Fantastic and all of them time. Way to shit on your ops, Dr. Doom. We got to celebrate that moment for sure. Now, this moment is a point in time in which Dr. Doom took Namor as his slave. Now, before someone comments, because there's going to be that guy, yo, we've seen these moments before. Here's my answer. Shut up, bitch. This is a Dr. Doom video. But getting back to this, I never tell the same story twice the same way anyway, so you'll have fun with this, I promise. Getting back to this, Doom pulls up on Namor, right? He doesn't feel like fighting Spidey. So he's like, you know what? Think I'm going to take a slave. Snags Namor's bitch ass, gets away from Spider-Man, hooks a collar on him, and enslaves him. And he's like, guess what, Namor? I don't feel like fighting, so you're going to work for me? You're going to go brawl with Spider-Man to get my way. And I was like, god damn, like, the fact that he was and he's done it before. I mean, there's that infamous time he said Doom is nobody's second. That shit was crazy. Basically, universe was about to end, and instead of helping, Doom didn't help Namor because Namor picked Doom second, and Doom doesn't get picked second. So, kiss his ass. But, yeah, he's disrespected Namor so many times over the years, but this slave collar one in particular was horrible. Now, this next one's an embarrassing one for Phoenix. I'm not even going to lie to you, so F in the live chat for Phoenix. So, Doctor Doom's beefing with Phoenix. Captain Britain's involved, several other characters. They're trying to call out the Phoenix, right? Phoenix is saying a bunch of weird shit. She's talking about, oh, we won, all this mumbling and all that. And Doom's like, yo, it doesn't matter, like, how much you try to reach out to her right now. Even if you beg, that shit doesn't matter. They're like, what are you talking about? He's like, yo, I put her in an endless mental loop that makes her think she actually beat me. Captain Britain's like, are you sure you put her down? Like, you have no doubt you tapped into her mental wavelength? And Doom's like, dude, of course there's no doubt. I'm Dr. Doom. What the hell? Like, how you gonna question the GOAT? Of course I did that shit. So yeah, shout out to him bodying the Phoenix in this moment. Alright, so this moment, there should be no shock it was gonna be in his Hall of Fame induction. The time he absolutely vibe checked Thanos. So, Dr. Doom was doing his god shit because he obviously had Emperor God powers. And Thanos pulls up. He thinks he's going to get the drop on Doom and beat his ass, right? So, he pulls up. Dr. Doom's like, yo, do you have the Infinity Gauntlet? Or like, bare minimum, the Cosmic Cube? And Thanos was like, why would I need any of those to fight a mortal like you? And Doom goes, oh, that's unfortunate, my guy. And just tears out his spine. That's right. One-shots Thanos, ends his career in one move. It was a devastating blow to the Thanos fan base. Yo, comment in the live chat and comment section. Thanos fans, have y'all recovered from that? Let me know for sure. But yeah, this was a gangster moment from Dr. Doom. Now, this moment's pretty recent. If y'all didn't know, Kang and Doom have beefed before, right? Kang the Conqueror being a temporal conqueror, so to speak, and Dr. Doom being a goon. So, they are beefing. And at this point, Kang has something like the Nullifier. And this device literally removes your will. Like, it just one-shots it. So, he uses it on Dr. Doom. Right? And Doom goes, yo, it's crazy that you actually thought you could take the will of Dr. Doom. Proceeds to get the drop on Kang as the Nullifier couldn't possibly work on this boy. And he's like, yeah, it was fun beefing, but you tried to disrespect. I gotta break your ankles now. Welcome to the Life Alert t-shirt gang. And just folds Kang. Yeah, this was a gangster moment for Dr. Doom, considering how strong the Nullifier should be. Next moment is actually an interaction between Dr. Doom and Stan Lee himself. W in the chat for Stan Lee making an appearance in his own comics. But yeah, so he's done that before, and he ends up in Latveria, right? Dr. Doom sees him and he's like, yo, Stan, my guy, come here. Come here real quick, I gotta talk to you. And Stan's like, bro, I don't want no beef, I'm just like exploring everything, what's going on. And Doom's like, bro, I need to know why you make the fan base think I'm a bad guy. And Stan Lee's like, what? And Doom's like, bro, I'm the hero. Like, every move I make is for the city, for real. So I don't understand why I'm portrayed as the bad guy when I'm just trying to clutch the W. And Stan's like, oh, you're not a bad guy, we don't do that. And Doom's like, yeah, fix that shit, my boy, because if not, there's going to be a problem, because I'm definitely the good guy. And it was funny as hell that he was pressing Stan over this. W in the chat for this next one, because I remember fans loving this moment back when it first dropped. So, this was when Dr. Doom showed he doesn't mess with doors, right? So, he was walking around, and he blows up an entrance through a wall and starts walking through it. Shouldn't be a big deal. It's Dr. Doom, right? But of course, to everybody else, that's weird as shit. Rightfully so. Spider-Man pulls up and he's like, yo, Doom, what are you doing? You're like, why didn't you take the door? And Dr. Doom was like, Spider-Man.
Doors are for peasants.
And just kept walking. He was like, yeah, I don't do that door shit. That's for poor people. I was like, damn, bro, that doesn't even make sense, but we're going to rock with it because it's Dr. Doom. This next moment is a freak out from Doom over a comparison. So here's the thing about Dr. Doom. My boy's got a lot of pride, right? So don't go comparing him to someone he doesn't respect like that. With that in mind, one of his servants messes up and goes, yo, you kind of remind me of Magneto. Dr. Doom did not like that shit. He snatched him up and he was like, don't you dare compare me to that jobber. I'm Big Doom. I don't get compared to people like that. He's like, I really win. I run my country. He struggles with a rebellion against his own people. Like, we're not the same. My people would never. Like, he was like, my people never dare do that shit. So he was like, yeah, don't you ever do that shit or say that shit again. And he literally had the servant scared to death because he was certain Dr. Doom was going to murk him for such a comparison. But shout out to Doom for freaking out about the Magneto comparison on the scouting report. Now, this moment was an exchange between Dr. Doom and Black Panther. So, Doom, his suit was supposedly shut down. And Panther was talking a bunch of shit. He's like, oh, without the external power source, your suit's not as good. You don't have access to all the abilities of the suit. I can sauce on you. And Dr. Doom turns around and he's like, you dumb bitch. You think I didn't plan for you to try to pull something like this? You think Dr. Doom didn't have some sauce in the drip? And he proceeds to choke out Panther. That's right. Picks him up by the neck and he's like, you're an idiot. He's like, I don't need a suit to be the boss. I'm strong enough to body you regardless. And I was like, that's right, Dr. Doom. Check him on that shit, because he definitely guessed it on that moment. Now, on this one, Black Panther fans, Wakandan fans, y'all have 24 hours to respond, or you can respond in a live chat right now. But here's the problem, right? You guys had generations, thousands of years of prep and knowledge passed down, practices passed down, all this shit to master your own stuff like the mystic properties of vibranium. Here's the problem, right? Here's where the sauce comes. Dr. Doom learned that shit by himself. He literally is better at being Wakandan than anybody from Wakanda ever. How does that make y'all feel? Let me know in the live chat or the comment section down below, because I think that's a terrible L. So this moment was a flex by Doom in terms of negging battlefield removal or people trying to throw him out the game, right? So someone actually tries to time displace him. Fortunately for Doom, he's always prepared. He had things in place to neg such time displacement abilities. And so when it happens, he's like, you dummies, I literally had something in place for this. He's like, nobody gets to drop on Doom. In fact, the only person that ever could is Dr. Doom himself. So stop it. You're never going to get the drop on me. And he just casually folded everybody in that exchange. So this was a moment in which Dr. Doom showed the cost of being a real one. So he was talking to Doctor Strange and he's like, look, man, I got a mom that's in hell. She was a witch before I was born, all that. I got to figure out how to get her out of it. Shit's a struggle. And Strange is like, dude, I know a spell. And he's like, matter of fact, you know I would have known a spell like that. So why didn't you come to me and seek help? And Dr. Doom was like, bro, you don't get it, Strange. Like, I'm a real one. I can't move like you do. I can't ask such peasants as yourself to help me. I gotta try to figure that shit out on myself or hope I get lucky because I'm not going out like that. And I was like, that's facts. You gotta try to win on your own. So yeah, Doom basically was like, nah, I can't have you claiming a victory over me. I'm not going out like that. Major W and Goon points. This moment was a major chain snatch moment for Dr. Doom, right? So there was an unfortunate watcher lurking around Earth. Doom didn't like that shit. And when he saw him, he was like, yo, run your chain, bitch. Snagged him, pulled him down, and literally robbed him of his power casually. He was like, dude, Like, I don't know why you would pull up, because you're definitely getting bodied by me. Appreciate the power, homie. I don't know if you know the dude that lives on the moon, but you look like him, so I don't know if y'all gonna link up later. But regardless, stole your shit. Too bad, sucks to be you. Doom's out, peace. And just dips. Alright, look. Next, we gotta talk about the chair my boy Doom keeps around to vibe check Silver Surfer whenever he comes through. So this is how it goes, right? He basically at one point gets the drop on Surfer and starts draining him, and everyone's like, oh my god, what's going on? And Doom's like, you don't get it, dumb bitch. I always have a chair on deck to drain idiots like Surfer of their power. That way I can run off and do whatever the hell I want, and I'm super powered with it. And they were like, how'd you know Surfer would do that? And he's like, dude, he's a jobber. Of course I knew Surfer would fall for that shit. And yeah, Surfer sat down, jobbed immediately. You know the vibes. I always love seeing Surfer job, and he definitely did so here to the Goon god himself, Dr. Doom. Next is when the narration of Doom was acknowledged. This shit was funny. Shout out to Marvel Humans for being so OP, because they're actually included in this as well. So Doom was talking, right? And every time he was talking, when he said Dr. Doom, that shit was emphasized, right? Literally in italics in the speech bubble. So one of the guards with him is like, yo, Dr. Doom, I have a question. He's like, what's going on? And he's like, yo, why is your speech bubbles different? Like, well, what's going on? And Doom's like, you stupid peasant. Why would you ask such a dumb question? My speech bubbles are different because I'm literally the big dog. I'm different myself. I literally talk different. Everything I do is big. So stop asking me why my name's in bold in the speech bubbles, bitch. And I was like, that's crazy. The fact he's acknowledging like his speech bubbles and how they're different because he's Dr. Doom is hilarious. This next quick moment was funny as shit. This is a point in which Dr. Doom is robbing Spider-Man of his powers. He's like, you know what, Spider-Man? You don't have a bad power set. They actually tend to allow you to vibe out against high tiers for whatever reason. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take that shit off your hands. And so he's robbing Spider-Man of his powers, but he's very specific. Doom's like, yo, I'm taking all of Spidey's powers, but make no mistake, I'm not taking any of his bitch boy tendencies. And I was like, that's facts, Doom. Make sure you don't get any of that shit on you. So, yeah, he made sure he got none of the hoe tendencies from Spider-Man. Because, of course, Doom views everyone as beneath him and hoes in comparison. Now, this moment, it occurs when a body swap happens, right? So, Doom's running up on Johnny Storm, switches bodies with him, right? He's got to make a play. This involves switching bodies. So when he does, he's like, yo, Johnny, I have to go ahead and hit the lick on the body real quick, but good news. He's like, while I'm gone, enjoy experiencing the body of a real man, you bitch. And I was like, damn. Shout out to the confidence from Dr. Doom. He's like, yeah, once you step foot in my body, you're going to understand what it means to be a real man. You're going to understand what it means like to be a pimp. And I was like, that's a cold line. But yeah, he completely bossed up on Johnny here when explaining the vibes on the body swap. Now, this was a cold-ass moment. Dr. Doom was babysitting Reed Richards' kid, right? And he had just recently beefed with Loki. And he actually had Loki in prison. And he's explaining the process of, like, imprisoning a god. Because, you know, keeping someone like Loki in prison is kind of hard to do because he's the god of mischief, and like literally can project himself across time and space. So doing this is impressive. So Dr. Doom's talking about all this shit, and I think it was Valeria was like, yo, Doom, question. He's like, what up? She's like, can we get some ice cream? And Doom had such a good day at that point that while talking about imprisoning his op, a god, he's like, yeah, Doom will consider that quest to get some good-ass ice cream. And yeah, that shit was gangster. To talk about imprisoning a god and then talking about ice cream in the same sentence is kind of wild, but of course Dr. Doom did that. Alright, so this moment's wild. W in the chat for Doom pulling up on Namor like this. So Namor's taking a tour of his own palace with Dr. Doom, right? And Doctor Doom, absolutely, and this wasn't a W for Namor. It was a huge W for Doctor Doom. And he's like, Doctor Doom's walking through. He's like, yo, take me to your fucking throne room, dog. I want to see that shit. Let's see what the vibes are. And Namor's like, we're already here. When there, Doctor Doom stops and is like, yo, I hear some wild-ass tunes. What could be making that noise? Proceeds to walk over and grab a horn, right? And he's like, oh shit, this thing's a vibe. And Namor was like, bitch, this is the throne room. You can't touch that. Put it down. Doom goes, you fool. Doom toots as he pleases. Proceeds to, right in the face of the king, toot the horn to his heart's delight. That's right. Doctor Doom is an absolute savage. Do not let him in your throne room. As we get into the final moments of the video, smash the like button if you haven't already. If you're a Doctor Doom fan, of course, you got to hit the like button. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you're watching the live premiere. But yeah, getting into this final moment, it's a glorious Doctor Doom moment that basically summarizes his Hall of Fame goon status. Doctor Doom, while he was dealing with Reed Richards' baby, right? Saves the baby, but he's like, look, here's the thing, right? I made the play, but I named your kid, bitch. Your kid's basically my kid now. And literally forces Reed Richards to name the baby as Doctor Doom wanted the baby named. It doesn't get much more goon than that. Forcing your main op to name their kid after something you want, that's insane. But of course, he did it. Yeah, shout out to Doctor Doom for naming the baby of his biggest rival. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the first Goon Series Hall of Fame video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Doctor Doom deserved it, as well as the fans for showing so much love and support. Again, if you love videos like this, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and join my Discord. It's completely free. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy Jobbers and Goons, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.